back to this quote, and it's from, I think it was Stratagem. It says, hence the saying, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Okay, that's one. All right, so what does this mean? I mean, when we want to relate this to uniting in order to overcome. All right, first of all, why do we need to unite? Evidently, the reason why we have to come together is because there's strength in numbers. So when we come together, when we unite, we strengthen our position against whatever opposition we are uniting to confront. Yes, so we want to unite in order to strengthen our position. Now, the question is, what is our position? That's a good one, too. Who are we uniting? I mean, what's our opposition? I just said that, yeah? Who or what is our opposition? So we need to know who we're uniting to confront. And what situation have they created that has forced us to unite? What are we rebelling against? What are we fighting for? And then who are we? Hence the issue of knowing yourself and knowing your enemy. Who are we? Now, by the time I went through all of this, I realized that uniting was a bloody waste of time. Why? Because, and this is my opinion, this is not literal fact, this is my opinion, yeah? We were all born into, I mean, everybody alive today, we were all born into an existing system that was already in motion. And we sort of like, like cogs in the wheel. We came in and we fit into the system, and through our conscious or unconscious contributions, we have kept the system going. Now, if the system itself is corrupt, what does that say about those who participate in keeping the system going? Exactly. So who are we really fighting against? If we sit down and really, really do an honest check, we'd realize that the enemy that we're looking at, the 5,000 families that control 95% of the world's wealth, the New World Order, the World Economic Forum, the central banks of the world, the globe holders, the warmongers, the corrupt politicians, the pharmaceutical industry, blah, 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 all of these, they're all part of the same system. Some of us work for them. We depend on the revenues we generate from them in order to survive. Even though our ideals or our assumed ideals are in conflict with our activity, we still carry out those activities anyway. So how righteous are we? We do business with them. I mean, if somebody who works for the devil comes into my shop and he pays cash, chances are that I'll take the money. I would just rationalize and say, you know what, I'm going to use the money and do some good. Maybe I'll give some to an angel. So it sort of like washes the money. But that's all bullshit. I took the money. So whatever the devil does, I am complicit in supporting what that devil does because I've taken money from the devil. It's that simple. For me, like I said, my opinion, really, my show, my opinion, that's where we are. So if I look at it that way, like I said, looking at the idea of uniting, when people unite, it's usually successful if they unite for a particular ideal. And then everyone is committed to that particular ideal. That way, they are strong when united because they are an unbreakable force. Everyone is moving in one direction for one designated purpose. So, uniting, first of all, let's say all Africans now want to unite and have one unified continent. What are our ideals? What is the foundation of our beliefs individually that would be attractive enough to make each and every one of us commit to this particular agenda? That's a good question. Now, sit down and think about this. There's so many people who are African who don't want to even be identified as being African. So many of us live in the diaspora. So many of us have married non-Africans. In fact, some of us have even married descendants of the people that enslaved our ancestors. So the question now is, how do you see yourself? Who is you? Who am I? The only way, in my opinion, people can unite is if they individually commit to the same ideal or communal ideal. Let's say 10 of us stay in a compound and we all want clean drinking water. And doesn't matter where we get our water from, we all want clean drinking water so that we can all have this clean drinking water from one repository, and so it would improve the quality of our lives. So each and every one of us would go back into our little apartments, huts, houses, whatever, and make a commitment to this particular objective. That commitment would involve us doing what is necessary in order to achieve that objective individually, without worrying about what the other person is doing, without quantifying what the other person is doing, without checking to see if we are doing less or no, just individually committing towards accomplishing this thing. So each one just does what they need to do, and collectively we have now united in order to achieve one particular objective. That's what I'm talking about.